This week in TV news, we have our first real look at the Caped Crusader animated series, plus Yellowstone Season 5B. Release date is set in stone at this point, hopefully. Plus, we have a cult classic TNT series is getting a sequel series over on the CW. So lots to unpack there. Let's get to it. Hello, nerds! This is the weekly TV news show. Not like the evening news with Tom Brokaw. No, nothing like that. This has more to do with TV shows, nerdy-oriented TV shows, as well as episodic content that you will find on streaming platforms. If this is your kind of thing, then you can check out the full episode that I like to call The Week in Nerddom that covers all spectrum of pop culture and just generally nerdy things over on the main channel. You can find it linked down in the description or at the end of this video. All of that being said, let's talk about TV shows and nerdy stuff like that. So, starting off with follow-ups and corrections like we do in every episode, in every section of every episode even, assuming there are follow-ups to make or corrections to make. But we have Twisted Metal 2, or Twisted Metal Season 2, since we're in TV, has been announced. We already know this. Anthony Carrigan is the newest cast member. If you don't know that name, you will recognize him as Victor Zsasz from Gotham. He's been in a number of other things, but as far as the nerd community goes, I think that's one of the most, if not the most high-profile nerdy thing he's done. He has been cast as Calypso. If you don't remember who Calypso is, because it's been a long time since you played Twisted Metal, Calypso's the announcer, the person who puts together the tournament that brings all of these vehicles together to destroy one another and everything around them. So, interesting casting choice. I did not write down the release date for this one. I don't know if it is known at this point, so if it is, hopefully I'll put it up on the screen. Otherwise, we'll continue on and touch back on this when it's announced. So our next follow-up has to do with the Kite Man animated show over on Max. I almost said HBO Max again because that just sounds better. Anyway, over on Max, Kite Man, hell yeah, again, is the name of the show. We have a set-in-stone release date for this one, which is July 16th. No announcement as to how they're going to release it. Probably one episode a week like they did with the Harley Quinn series that it is a spin-off from, but they didn't say, so we can't say that for certain, though that is assumed. From there, we got our Yellowstone bit. We finally have a release date for the second half of Season 5, even though we will not be seeing Kevin Costner in Season 5, or the second half of Season 5 anyway, which I think is a very strange situation because that has definitely not been a closed subplot of this series of anything that's correlated to his character. So this is gonna suck. But it's going to be good because Yellowstone is just good, but it's just going to not give you the sense of catharsis I think people are looking for when dealing with this show because no Kevin Costner to finish it with. But November 10th, I don't know if I've said that yet. November 10th is the release date for Season 2, or Season 5B. It's the second half of Season 5. So many words. Yeah, good. So we're going to be tuning in. Paramount Plus. That's where we're moving on. So Green Lanterns. We now have, or Lanterns, I think is what they're calling it now. We now have the official green light for the go-ahead on this series. Warner Brothers has announced that they have officially picked it up for 8 episodes over on their streaming service. Once again, Max. That's what we got for follow-ups and corrections. Let's talk about some trailers this week, and this is the thing I've been super excited to see, even though it's just a little snippet. Though, as I'm filming this, I did, right before I came up to the studio to film, I did see an announcement that there will be, by the time I am editing this episode, there should be an actual trailer for Batman Caped Crusader, the animated series done by Bruce Timm, who did the original Batman the animated series on Fox Kids back in the day. Well, he's coming back, and this one's going to be on Amazon, not on Max, because reasons we've already covered. But we finally got a little bit of a taste. We have the announcement. Oh, who's doing the voice? I have it written down. I know I do. Hamish Linklater is doing the voice of Batman. I know, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to not having Kevin Conroy around. Sad. But Linklater sounds okay as Batman. And then hopefully we will have an actual trailer for me to link up down the description as well, because that's going to be awesome. I saw like a very 2-second clip of something from the new series, and I'm hoping it's from the trailer because it looks really great. Otherwise, I just don't remember the original series as good as I thought I did. But that's all we got for this one. Let's move on next. Also Batman related, though this one's going to Max, and it's Penguin is our other trailer this week in TV news. Penguin is teasing a lot of stuff in this. We have Sal Maroni, we have Kristen Milioti as Sophia Falcone, and it's definitely giving off some Sopranos vibes, which is interesting because Kristen Milioti is in The Sopranos. But yeah, this just, oh man, so awesome, so interesting. I am down for the Matt Reeves Batman universe. I really cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Colin Farrell's Penguin in a series. Still, I'm not entirely sure how many episodes it's going to be. Presumably 8 episodes, could be 6, could be 8, somewhere in that neighborhood, though. I don't think they're going to go over 8. I'd honestly be a little surprised if they went over 6. So that's what we have to look forward to. Go watch that trailer because it looks pretty freaking awesome. That's what we got, though, for trailers this week. Let's talk about some regular ass news here in the TV section. We only have one piece, and it's a CW show that's been announced. It's a CW show that is a continuation or a legacy or sequel, whatever, to a TNT show that from a few years back called The Librarians. That's right, Librarians is getting a sequel series. It's not going to have any of the original cast returning. It is set to be on the CW on October 24th. It's going to be called Librarians: The Next Chapter. The new series will evolve around a librarian who travels from the past to the present, so his future, and then gets stuck in his future, our present, and hijinks ensue because that's kind of how the Librarians works. So pretty interesting. I'll be interested to see what they do with this one. Again, October 24th is when it starts airing on the CW. That's what we got this week for regular ass news, though. Our suggestion for TV. Suggestion for TV this week is Interview with the Vampire. Season 2 is almost over. There's 1 episode left. So you can wait the extra week, or you can play catch up and then, sit with rapt anticipation for the final episode, which is coming out this coming Sunday. Either way, that is your suggestion this week. I realize that they have changed this from the book, from the source material. I don't think that is a bad thing. I think that they are telling a very good story. It is their version of the story. It is not the same story, but it's similar enough that it still works, and it's very well told. I would honestly put this version of Louis above both the book and very obviously the first movie's Louis. Just really damn good. Really damn good. I cannot stress enough how enjoyable this is. In spite of all of the gay stuff. Nope, we're going to cut that back. In spite of anything that might be uncomfortable for somebody who has socio-political views similar to mine, I think that this transcends all of the silly checklists. I need to put this many people of color and this many people of the LGBT, blah, whatever. It transcends all of that, and it's just good. Go watch Interview with the Vampire. That's your suggestion for the week. It transcends all of that, and it is just damn good. That is your suggestion for the week. Interview with the Vampire. That brings us to the end of the video, nerds. Thank you very much for joining me for the news. Once again, there is a full and probably much more up-to-date and recent episode of the news, the full-length version, if you will, called The Week in Nerddom over on the main channel, linked down in the description, and probably link popping up somewhere around my face right about now. So click on that, go check that out as well, or if you prefer your news in more truncated pieces, then by all means just stick around here and go check out some of the other stuff we offer on this channel. Thank you very much for joining me. We will see you in the next one. Before we go, always remember, nerds, that if it is generally nerdy, it's probably here.